Warm welcome all young minds to social sciences class. Today we are going to come across unit number 4, atmosphere. What is the topic? Atmosphere. Already we came across in unit 2. What is the meaning of atmosphere? Atmosphere is a term that is a combination of two Greek words. That is, atmos, Greek word means vapor, and spira is the source for sphere. Sphere means a cycle or circle. Okay, so the circle of gases, we can say, is atmosphere. Atmosphere is the circle of gases, where this circle will be existing in and around the earth. In and around the earth. This earth, it encircles the earth. It will be encircling the earth like this. It is a thick layer. Thick layer that will be encircling the earth, planet earth. Earth. Around the earth, of course, the size of earth will be more. Why? Because according to NASA, this atmosphere is a layer or sea of gases. Why we are saying sea of gases, Nana? Atmos means vapor. Vapor is the gaseous form of water, isn't it? Atmos means vapor. Vapor is the gaseous form of water. So this is a circle which is filled with gases. That's why it's called atmosphere, and it is also called a sea of gases. It will be encircling, the sea of gases will be encircling, planet Earth. Of course, planet Earth is more and more thicker than this atmosphere. According to NASA, atmosphere, the layer which is encircling the Earth's surface, that particular atmosphere, it is 1000 kilometers thick. What thick it is? This is atmosphere. Atmosphere. This is atmosphere. Okay, this layer. And it is 1000 kilometers thick. According to whom? According to NASA. What is NASA? It is Space Research Organization of North America, United States of America. NASA says that the gaseous layer or sea of gases which is encircling Earth is 1000 kilometers thick. Got it? One way we can say we all are floating in the gases. We all are floating in the gases like fishes in the sea waters. Got it? And this atmosphere is having 1000 kilometers thickness was set by NASA. Who is this NASA? NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, the research organization which carries its experiments and studies related to space, belonging to United States of America. Our Indian Space Research Organization is ISRO. Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. Like that, they too have certain organization which will be carrying its studies about the celestial bodies and also aliens, got it, and things happening in the universe, got it. So we are also part of universe. We think that sky is there above us, universe is there in the above. No, we are also a part of universe. Our planet Earth is also a part of solar system. We are also in the universe. Generally, by seeing the sky, what we believe, universe is at the top and we are at the bottom. No, we are also, Earth is also a part of that celestial bodies. Okay, so the studies that are carried by an organization belonging to America regarding celestial bodies, and that body's name is, that organization's name is NASA. What it is? National Aeronautics and Space Administration. It studies about it studies about spatial aspects. Got it right? So it said that this thin thick layer, which is surrounding encircling Earth, is called atmosphere. It is approximately 1,000 kilometers thickness. But you can understand, it will be encircling the Earth like if you buy a new volleyball or a football. It is what will be there? No, a plastic cover exists that is called wrapper. It is in a, you have to tear it and you have to make the ball out, isn't it? Wrapped with a plastic cover, layer of cover. How that plastic cover is covering your new football or basketball or volleyball? Like that atmosphere, this atmosphere will be encircling the planet. If you think our planet is basketball or your football or your what we can call volleyball, atmosphere is that wrapper which is encircling it. It will be thin. Is it more than the ball? It will be thinner than ball, but it will be covering the ball. We have to tear it and we have to make it out. Right. Atmosphere, 100,000 kilometers thickness it will be carrying. And what is the property of atmosphere? Atmosphere will be exhibiting all the properties of the gases. That means it gets compressed, it will get expanded also at times, depending upon the climatic condition like heat, temperature, and climatic conditions like pressure, natural conditions like pressure, temperature, and so on. Right? Basing upon that, it gets compresses. Basing on that, it will be at times expands. So it will be exhibiting all the properties of gases. And we say, when we speak about gases, what are the gases that are in a big way in this particular atmosphere? Nitrogen, N2. Nitrogen, N2. 78%. The most available gas in atmosphere is nitrogen. Next, oxygen, 21%. Water. Oxygen, water. What we call as breath of life. Breath of life means all the living beings will sustain because of oxygen only. They inhale oxygen. Without inhaling oxygen, we die. Not only we, any living creature. So that's why oxygen is called breath of life. That's why it's called breath of life. Right. So almost 99% is occupied by these two gases only. There will be carbon dioxide which we leave into the atmosphere, 0.03%. 0.03%. And 0.4% will be water vapor. This is CO2. 0.03% is CO2. 0.4% is water vapor. It is a powerful gas. Water vapor is a powerful gas in global warming. It acts as a powerful gas in global warming. Water vapor, 0.4%. Carbon dioxide, which will be releasing out from us and all the living beings, that will be 0.03% in the atmosphere. Apart from that, what are they? There are some inert gases like argon, neon, at the same time ammonia. Got it? So argon, neon, krypton. Inert gases. Along with that, there are ammonia. Got it? Like that, many things, many gases will be NH3, ammonia, right? So that all will be existing in the atmosphere. Got it? And what are the uses of atmosphere? An atmosphere is not there, nothing is there on the planet Earth, we can say. Why? Because first and foremost essential aspect, oxygen is supplied by this one. This one. It will give breath of life, that is oxygen to all the living beings on the surface of the earth. Second thing, it will protect us. It will protect us from the dangerous ultraviolet rays coming from the sun, along with the sun rays, ordinary sun rays, what we see. Why? There is a shield made by this particular atmosphere called ozone, O3. Ozone, O3. It shields, it acts as a shield, and it will not permit the ultraviolet rays coming from the sun's solar energy, in the form of solar energy, to enter onto the surface of the earth. It will not permit. It will stop them. It will stop, ozone layer will stop them. O3, ozone layer is equal to O3. But where this ozone layer is? Ozone layer is in this atmosphere only. None of atmosphere, if you, I think if you travel, you might have gone in a flight. When you are flying, after certain distance, 6 kilometers, that is 6,000 meters from the surface of the earth, if you move high, thereafter you can see a circle very clearly atmosphere when you are moving in a flight. When you, if any point of time in your life when you are going to some other place in a flight, aeroplane, you can observe it. Which layer is very clearly will be visible. With the naked eye you can see. Got it? So, it is the thing which will stop the deadly rays, ultraviolet rays. What happens if ultraviolet rays straight away fall on our skin? Skin blisters will have occur. Blisters means skin cancer. People will die, or any living creatures will die. So that dangerous ultraviolet rays are stopped by this particular atmosphere only, right? So ozone layer is the layer which is existing in atmosphere that will stop them. Got it? And now, next, all the beautiful, whatever the living creatures are there, they get this breath of life, one aspect. And whatever the soil you are seeing, it is useful in what purpose? Soil is useful in growing the crops, isn't it? Different varieties of crops, different types of soils, red soil, black soil, alluvial soil, laterite soil. The soils may be different, but different types of crops are grown. Got it? So in this, when crops are growing, how this soil is formed, do you know? Because of the wind and water created by atmosphere. Wind and water created by, sir, how water will be created? What is water? H2O, hydrogen plus oxygen. Hydrogen, two molecules of hydrogen plus oxygen is equal to H2O. Water. What is water? Again gases now. Hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. Chemical equation, chemical formula of water. Right. That's hydrogen and oxygen. So that's why it is a very source for water and wind air. These carry what activity? Denudation process. They will break the rocks and they will carry it into pieces, powder. They carry that powder towards, and they are caused for the formation of water breaks the rocks and brings and deposits that pieces there and makes a fertile soil. Fertile soil will be helpful to plants to grow well. And plants, they receive carbon dioxide from atmosphere, sun's light and water created by atmosphere, and they grow. So for our growth and life, atmosphere is very much important. And by eating different things, we eat vegetables from the plants and trees only we'll get. Today's seed will become tomorrow's plant, day after tomorrow tree. Fruits, vegetables, what we can call if you are what we can call carnivores, you can get other animals sustain on herbivores. Herbivores are the living beings which will be eating green plants. Whereas the carnivores are, they are people who they are the living creatures which will be depending upon these herbivores. And herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, both of them. There are people who eat vegetarian and non-vegetarian. Other animals who eat both. Right. This all will be sustaining because of atmosphere only. Because of atmosphere only. These are the uses of atmosphere. By eating this, what we get? By eating that we get carbohydrates, by crops, plants, whatever is given by the plants and crops, proteins, carbohydrates, minerals, fats, vitamins, no. So we get all these things because of this atmosphere only. The fragrance of the flowers, how you are enjoying? Because wind carries that fragrance. And this atmosphere is the source for that wind and water. Right? And the flag, Independence Day, it will be fluttering, moving here and there to the, why? Wind, because of wind. We can't see, it is not the kites. when you play, they are flying in the high in the sky. Why? Because of atmosphere. Why? Because atmosphere gives us wind. Got it? This is the importance of atmosphere. These are all the benefits we get from atmosphere. Apart from this, there are certain things. Atmosphere is having all the characteristics of a gas, undoubtedly. Gas, that is, it will compress, like when you pump air into the cycle tube, it gets compressed according to the shape of the tube, right? So, same, it will get compressed and it will be expanded, but it without a shape and size, right? Now we see now. We can say there are certain water vapor. Water vapor is very important now. Why water vapor? Water vapor is that which will be reaching the atmosphere and again coming back in the form of rainfall. And rainfall gives us water resource. Rivers, rivulets, lakes, ponds, which is where we drink our water, which is very important, after air, which is important for us to sustain our life for some days. Got it? So, that water we get in the form of rain. That rain is from clouds which are formed there in the atmosphere. Clouds are not gases, clouds are not solid forms. No. They are composition of gas, vapor and droplets, water droplets. Water droplets, how they form? There are dust particles existing in the atmosphere. These dust particles are called particulates. Particulates. These dust particles are called particulates. These dust particles are called particulates. And also I said in hydrosphere, what they are called? Aerosols. What are they? Aerosols. 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 Aerosols, what are the aerosols? That dust particles and droplets of liquid, any liquid hanging in the atmosphere, in the lower layer of the atmosphere. Water vapor, these dust particles will be there in the lower layer of atmosphere and layers we will come across in the next class now. Right. So dust particles are droplets, liquid droplets which are hanging in the lower layer of the atmosphere. They are called aerosols. Or the dust particles are called particulates. Okay, particulates. P-A-R-T-I-C-U-L-A-T-E-S, particulates. Okay, and these aerosols or particulates, only 10% are because of human activity now. How many percent it is there? Only 10% they are because of human activity. Means 90% of them, how they will be coming into atmosphere? Because of tornadoes, huge winds that move. Whirling means making rounds with a great speed. They lift objects from the surface of the earth also. Got it? And when you burn the forests naturally they will getting burned. Got it? And carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide are released by us by burning the fossil fuels or by using this chlorofluoro related objects or implements. That's a different 10% only. Human activity causes only 10% of aerosols in the atmosphere. But 90% will be because of big winds which will be moving with a great speed. They carry the dust particles from surface of the earth to atmosphere. Wind is created by atmosphere. That wind will take dust particles there and the dust particle will act as medium for occurrence of rainfall. They will collect the water vapor coming from the oceans and they will be turned into water droplets and big in size. As they increase their size, when they come in contact with cool air, they will fall in the form of what? They will be falling in the form of droplets of water, snow, fog, mist, dew, hailstones, which you collect when raining, size stones falling from the sky. And also sea spot. Already in hydrosphere also I said about sea spot now. What is that sea spot? At times, when you see news, at times there will be reporting that in news, the channel will be reporting in particular place of Thailand, it rained fishes in a heavy way, or frogs
from the sky got dropped. Where these fishes and frogs gone? When a tornado moves on sea waters, river waters with a great speed, it will carry them to the atmosphere. Again, they will be turned back when precipitation happens. Got it? Though that is called as sea spot. What it is called? Sea spot. Got it? Raining of fishes and the frogs from the sky. This happens because of tornadoes that will be moving on sea waters, river waters, and so on, water bodies. They will take these fishes, frogs there, and again, when it is precipitation time, they will drop down from the sky. But it will get shocked by seeing them. Certain times, yellow rain will be yellow in color. Why? Because acidic rain, that is acids which we are leaving into the atmosphere coming back in the form of rain. That's why the rainwater will be yellow in color. Got it? Right. So this is the story about atmosphere nana. Remaining aspects we will be coming across in the next class. That is hereafter every day there will be a class for you all to Saturday, and notes will be given every day. Please follow it. More on Wednesday 2:30 to 3 o'clock. You will have examination in second unit and third unit. That is lithosphere and hydrosphere. Please be cautious, and everyone have to write the exam. Got it? Yeah, the bright sunshine. One more point I want to drive. The bright sunshine during sunset and sunrise and sunset you see in the sky in horizon. That is because of nothing but because of dust particles or particulates. Right? See you.